Good morning and welcome back to P&B Sports Show. I'm Araka Tom. Today we're switching cuts to the NBA and focusing on the rookies who have jumped straight into the conversation. Young men who are already shaping storylines this season. On the roster of rising names, we have Con Kanipo of Charles Hornets, Kendrick Howard of Memphis Grizzlies, VJ Edcombe of Philadelphia 76ers, and Cooper Flagg of the Dallas Mavericks. Joining me to unpack what these rookies mean for their teams and the league is Moody from Delta State. Moody, great to have you once again. These young stars are producing numbers and headlines. Let's start with Con Kanipo, what he's doing for Charlotte Hornets. What do you think about him?
Good morning. Thank you, man.
Good morning.
He's doing really good. And let's not forget, he came fourth around the draft for Duke, like Cooper Flagg. And if you ask me, he's been having a very positive performance for his team. He's very efficient. He's a good shooter. He has a very complete game. If you watch his game, and just last night, they played and you could see his performance in the game. So I think that's one rookie that, when these rookie drafters came, I think the popular names we had were Cooper Flagg and VG Edcombe, But this one guy has been flying under the radar. He has been efficiently delivering. So I think the future is really bright for Charlotte Hornets, So I think they had a good one there.
Okay, but looking at this young man, Con Kanipo, he seems like he has been playing in the NBA for a long time. Like, that is actually the way he's playing. Like you said, he's already playing like a vet. And he's just a rookie. He's in his first year. And looking at this young man, he was in Duke, played for Duke in Division 1 NCAA, played in the March Madness. He played good basketball in college, but his name was fairly unknown for some time. And it seems like the moment Cooper Flagg had an injury, there was one man who stepped up, who was Con Kanipo. And looking at it now, we can see that the Charlotte Hornets seems to be an amazing fit for him. But what do you think? Do you think he's the perfect fit for a team like Charlotte Hornets? For a team that has the likes of the ball on the team?
Okay, now with the ball. Yeah, so yes. I think for someone like Con Kanipo, Charlotte actually is a good destination at this point in his career because, this is a team that, the expectations are low, and it's not like we're expecting them to make the playoff or get to the conference final. So this is a team that can help him develop. And like you said, when you watch him play, he plays a very mature game like he's been here a very long time. And that's because of how he plays, So first of all, he really makes turnover, he's very efficient, he can catch and shoot, he's a good... You see the way he plays like he's been here before. He doesn't play like your typical rookie, He's a very efficient player. And I think people should just watch him. And like I said again, because even in the college here, for Duke, we heard about Cooper Flagg because, Cooper Flagg actually was All-American and he had that hype and he trained with the American Olympic team and he had that performance against the American NBA player. So, when Duke, we always said Cooper Flagg. But like you said, this Con Kanipo, he has been there. And when you watch it now and see it, you can now say, okay. He has been flying on the radar, but I think now people are beginning to take note of, where's this guy exactly, what's going on? So I think for a team, like, for a guy like LaMelo Ball and the cast you have around him, it's a good building block for this guy to grow his confidence and grow at this point of his career.
Okay, you spoke about him being able to catch and shoot. This is a player that people were not expecting a lot from. A player that comes from a family of athletes. His mother was an athlete, father played basketball. He has two brothers that are NBA prospects already. People are already calling them the Giannis family, the new Giannis family of the NBA. What do you think about this man's grit on the court? We've seen him that he knows how to get off the screen and roll. We've seen him that he knows how to catch and shoot. We've seen that he knows how to play. But like I asked you a question before, we have a player like LaMelo Ball. How do you see this man fit with LaMelo Ball on the court?
I didn't get the last one. Come again.
How do you see Con Kanipo fit with a player like LaMelo Ball on the court?
No, I think they fit properly well because LaMelo Ball is a very good player. He dishes the ball, creates for others, and he I watched that game, and it actually, if you watch the last night game, you could see there was a point when Lamelo was driving to the lane and he attracted defense and he whipped the ball to him and he called the defense. So you could see that fit already. And I think Lamelo Ball is a good point guard that can fit with Konkonupu. I don't see any issue there because Konkonupu is a very intelligent player, high IQ player, that he can play off the ball. And he plays off the ball excellently. He can play with the ball, so he's that kind of player. And like you said, he comes from a family of great athletes and a good basketball tradition. So you could see where some of all this wisdom and knowledge. So he's well grounded. He understands. So he understands the game. And he just shows because, like you said, you could see his whole family. That they have that basketball culture, and so that's where maybe some of all these wisdom and knowing how to play the game right and IQ comes from. So I think that's a good fit with Lamelo. I don't see any chemistry issues there because the few games I've watched for them, good chemistry. And they fit in well together. And like I said, in Charlotte Hornets team is a good development stage for him because they have no expectations. We're not expecting Charlotte to make the playoffs or his confidence and grow.
But looking at a player like him, some people are already looking at him to be one of the rookies he's like a rookie of the year candidate already, and some are already putting him as the rookie of the year. Do you think that if they do not make it to the playoffs, that he's actually going to win the rookie of the year?
Well, it depends on the other people vying for that position because at the end of the day, you have people like VJ Edgecombe and you have this other guy, Cedric, where they finish and they use other people's performance. But yes, I will put him as for a rookie of the year candidate of the world based on his performance. But like I said, it's still going to depend on another factor of the other guys in the running and how they contributed to their teams and where they finished. Okay. So, but yes, it's
okay. Well, it seems like he's one of the most consistent players right now, and he's having 16 points on average per game. He's making at least 6 assists on average per game, and it seems like the best fit for the Charlotte Hornets. Well, he's not the only rookie making headlines. We have other rookies, and one very shocking rookie is Cedric Coward. Cedric Coward has been a player who played D3 basketball, one that was not on the radar for a very, very long time. But now he has made himself known in the Memphis Grizzlies. What's your take, Moody, on a player like Cedric Coward?
Yeah, Cedric Coward is still one of those players again that a lot of people don't hear of him. I think he came 11th draft, and the college he came from was not one of all these, big top 8 blue chip colleges in the United States. But then when you look at his game, his game has been very consistent, and he has been very consistent for the Memphis Grizzlies. I think he averages 14.3 points per game, 5.9 points, 5.19 assists, 3.
Okay.
So, I think it's 6'4" guy. He's a very good shooter too. He shoots the 3 well, and a very good defender too. So he's one guy too that has, he has been efficient with the Memphis Grizzlies, and he has played. But like I said, he's just flying under the radar. Now people are just raising their eyebrow like, okay, who's this guy? What's he can actually still play off the ball.
Yeah, we've seen some people are looking at Cedric Coward and they are like, this is a player that can do what a lot of players are doing. He's a player that plays dirty. He's a player that can get your rebound. He crashes the board. He's a player that shoots. And for his length and for his size, not a lot of players in the NBA can shoot. And he's just a rookie. He's in his first year, and he's already doing what a lot of players that are veterans in the NBA cannot do. He's a player that backs down players as well on the post, and he's making tremendous impact. He even had a 27-point breakout game with 6 assists as well. What do you think about this young man moving forward? Who in the NBA right now can you compare this young man to? Moody, are you with me?
Yeah, with you. So he reminds me of this. He reminds me of the former. What's his name? Celtics point guard when he won the championship. This two-way guard. Please, can you? I don't know what's his name again. This guard.
The name can't. It can't come to. It can't come to my head right now.
Yes, so it reminds me of that guard. So their game looks similar. When I know when he won with Milwaukee. He used to be with Milwaukee. This guard. So he reminds me of his game actually as a rookie. So when you watch his game, he's that kind of he's a 6'4" guard, and like you said, he's a two-way player, plays defensive. He just does those little things and contributes those little things. So when I see him, he's going to have a very long career in the NBA because of the way he plays. So I think the future is bright for him. And once again, he's on a team that expectations are not that really. Yes, we're all expecting the Memphis Grizzlies, with Morant and everybody to step up, but at least the expectations for him are not that huge, and that's a good thing that he can develop. There's not a quick success with conference final expectation from the Memphis right now. So that's the thing, he can slowly grow and become better. So I think that's a good one. I think that's one young player that we have to watch out for in the coming years. But for now, I think he's doing well, and he promises to improve.
I have one last question, and everybody seems to want to know about this. Do you see him as a player, like a three-way player, a player who can do a lot more than what he's showing on the court? Which means, are we going to see him as a role player, or are we going to see him as the main man on the team?
Yeah, okay, I agree with you. He's going to be a two-way player, a three-way player going forward. But for now, he looks like, because of the team he has to play within a certain role and play his role, which he's doing very well. But I think as we go forward with time, Sergio looks like he's going to hold his own team and be that focal point in the near future, but not just this season because of the team he is. But yes, he has the ability and potential to be a two-way player going forward and command his own team.
Okay. Now we'll be moving on to another player, one player who has been blowing people's minds. He has had a lot of highlights, and that player is VJ Edcombs. He has had multiple digit scoring in back-to-back games in the 76ers. He's one player that has come in with a lot of surprises. A lot of people did not expect him to come in the way he came in, a young player with a lot of fire and a lot of grit. Tell me what you think about this young man, VJ Edcombs, Moody.
No, VJ Edcombs, from day one, and I started and put the league on notice. He had 34 points from the very first game, and everybody was like, okay, who's this guy? And the second game, he followed it up with a very terrific performance. VJ Edcombs is very explosive, very athletic. He has very powerful, explosive drives to the rim. He's one of those guys you see play, and he reminds you of Mitchell, the Cavs guy, this Mitchell guy. And he just has a lot of upside to his game, Though I think, his shooting, obviously, he's going to improve on that, because his shooting is not quite there yet. But you could see there's prospect for the jump shots and the 3-point shooting. But besides that, you just have to watch his game and you say, wow, he has everything to just be that really, really great player. So, and if you're going to ask me, and when you look at his performance, it's not just that he's playing really well, he's having a winning impact on the Sixers. And the Sixers is a team with, because of Joel Embiid, Maxey, Brown, and the other guys, So you can see that he has a winning impact on that. He's not just putting up numbers of 16 points. And among all the rookies, I think he's the top scoring rookie with the most points per game so far, so good. So it's all my tip in my mind if he continues like this, scoring rookie of the year.
Okay. But on a team like on a team now that he's in, do you think that he can make long-lasting impact with the way he's playing, saying that he's injury-free? Because you have players like you rightly mentioned, like Maxey. Do you think a player like VJ Edcomb, a player that does not really have size, can be on the same backcourt with Maxey moving forward for the 76ers?
Yes, I see it happening. It's already happening, and I think, and that's amazing part about this whole thing, because you are seeing what Maxi is. Maxi is being Maxi and doing his thing, and you're seeing the head come performing, delivering, So I see it working, I don't see any reason why it can't work, because we are actually seeing it work. And long term, I actually see it can be on the same backcourt, because I can see that chemistry is already there. They feed off each other, So why? Sure, I don't see any issues there.
Okay. Obviously, they are a team that people want to see in the playoffs. They are expected to be in the playoffs with the way they played last season and with the caliber of players that they have right now on their team. And VJ Edcombs, obviously, he's a rookie. A rookie is a rookie no matter what. How do you think that these people should manage the minutes of VJ Edcombs moving forward? Because there might be times when he might not be able to step up or be the star man on the team moving forward. Take note, the season is just starting.
Yeah, okay, so far so good. I think they managed his time well, and his playing time, and how they've used him in the rotation. I think they are doing a good job at that. Considering that we have to put in mind someone like Joel Embiid, that because of his health and injury comes in and out of the managing. So far so good, Vietnam as the manager. But then again, the Sixers, like you said, the expectations are there for them to do well and go deep in the playoffs. Why I won't worry about that is that because in the Sixers they have a guy like Max, and if they can have a healthy Joel Embiid in late in the season, that will help. So I think that will be a very good learning curve for someone like James Johnson. So I don't see any issue there. Like I said, the rookie is going to be a rookie. There will be times and games where he's going to figure it out and learn. And what better way to learn from people like Maxi? And those are proven guys that can deliver for you. So I think so far it's so good. The Sixers, they've done a good job.
Okay. Well, it seems like VJ Edcombs, like rightly said, he's a player that has got grit. He's a player that can play. He's a player that can put the ball in the basket. He's an athletic player as well. Well, moving forward, there is another player, one player that has blown people's minds. He has been on the radar right from high school to college at Duke, and now he's in the NBA making the big stage look small, and that player is Cooper Flagg. What's your opinion on Cooper Flagg? This is a player that had to have an injury for a player like Konkanipo to actually have a breakout season in Duke. What's your opinion on him?
Okay, so far so good. I think Cooper Flagg has had a somewhat mixed up and down season so far. I think he played 15 games and he has played all 15 games. And he's averaging 15.1 games, and 6.8 assists. And the Dallas Mavericks have won only 3 or 4 games. Yes, 4 games. But so that's what I'm saying. It's had an up and down, somewhat inconsistent performance. In some games, you've seen flashes of what we thought we'd see and expectations of what we might see going forward. But so far, so good. Like I said, his performances have been up and down. And when you watch their games, I still think there's a chemistry issue with the Dallas Mavericks. I still think Jason Kidd, they need to do more of their rotation and figure out a rotation, because you see this guy coming from the bench. What's the Klay Thompson? Klay Thompson is not actually playing well and shooting well. We don't have Kyrie yet. Anthony Davis is injured. So I don't know. The Dallas Mavericks are not really playing well now. And even when you watch the game, the chemistry is not there. And then even on Cooper Flagg's side, from the hype and expectations and even from the summer league, it has not fully translated into the NBA. It has not really settled in and had a consistent performance. That might be part due to maybe the roster lineup and the team and the injuries and all that, Unlike his contemporaries like Konkanopi, Sadikowa, the other guy we just called Vigeton. This guy, big guy called, you could see they settled into their role as rookie, and they've been giving it fairly consistent performance. And when you watch their game, you could see their impact. But when you watch Cooper Flagg so far, yes, he has the hype and thinking he might be rookie of the year, but so far so good. I'm going to be honest, if we remove the hype from reality on ground, he has not really, he has not really given us that consistently we're thinking we're going to see when he gets to the NBA stage. But like we said, it's just 15 games this season now. Eventually, when people like Kyrie come and Anthony Davis get back to the rotation, maybe that might help remove some pressure from him, because I think right now
he's carrying the team on his back.
Yes, I think they've given him a lot, too much. They set the expectation from the Dallas Mavericks. Maybe it's too much for him to handle at this point. But I think when Curry comes, and Anthony Davis on the team, that might remove some pressure from him and let him just go and play basketball.
Okay. Well, this is a guy that is 6'9", a guy that was drafted #1 overall in the NBA. He was a Duke freshman, one and done. He's a player that has not been in the best situations, but is making the most of it. How do you think that the Mavericks should make use of Cooper Flag when Kyrie comes back, like you've mentioned, when Anthony Davis is back, especially now that they've sacked their manager from the team?
Well, to be honest, I think that's going to be one of the puzzles. They will try to fit in. So try to fit in Kyrie, Cooper Flag, and Anthony Davis. And how Cooper Flag fits into that role because of his game he plays. I think that's what they need to figure out, because sometimes, yes, the talent is there, the skill set is there. It's how to fit these guys to gel. That's what we need to see. So I think that Jason Kidd has his work cut out for him, on how to make that thing work. But like you said, it's not the talent. It's not the talent issue who are coming from Cooper Flag. It's a fitting in issue and a chemistry issue. So I think we'll have to figure out how to make that rotation work on the long run. Because if it doesn't make you run, I don't know, we might have problems going forward with that topic. So let's see how when Kyrie comes and you have Anthony Davis and Cooper Flag. Okay, let's see. I think then you now have a more setting, balance, starting five. And let's see, okay, how it's going to make that work. But then again, I think it might work because, with Kyrie, because of Kyrie's exceptional, ability as a point guard, his finishing, and he draws people to himself, he's going to put people like Cooper Flag in a position, to really, be effective. So I think it will work.
Okay.
But for now, I think some of his challenges are the setting lineup and of the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay.
But I think when it gets settled more in the season, we'll see their team. Okay. It might work.
But some people or fans of the NBA have been saying that this is a player, including analysts. They are saying that this is a two-way player. A player that can play defense, a player that can play offense, a player that can drive to the rim, a player that can move the ball in transition, a player that can shoot the ball. What do you think about that? Do you think that he's a player that can play good defense and play good offense? Because some analysts are like, in some games he has like 1 or 2 blocks. That is not really enough for you to say that he's a two-way player.
Yeah, so that's where I get confused, man. I never really saw Cooper Flag as a two-way player, to be honest. Yes, I'm not saying he's a poor defender, but yes, that's not very defender. But the two-way tag, I don't think we should jump ahead of ourselves, So I think I might differ with many NBA analysts and fans of that one. But for his overall offensive package, yes, he's a very complete player. He has a very good game. He's going to put pressure on defenses, stretch defenses. But for the two-way tab, I'm not agreeing with that. I'm yet to see it. I'm yet to see it on a consistent basis. So I don't really agree with that.
Okay. Well, if Moody says he does not see Cooper Flag as a two-way player, who are we to say that he's a two-way player? Well, moving forward, Cooper Flag, who do you think he plays like in the NBA right now? And take note, this is a person that says he has taken it like when he was growing up, he always watched Larry Bird and the way he played. But right now, who do you think in the NBA he plays like?
Okay, I have to say Cooper Flag, in the NBA who he plays like. Let me see among the old veterans or the guys being in the league who he plays like. I want to say KD. He has that. I want to say he mimics me a little bit about KD, but I think even him, he had the better post up and backup play than KD. So what would I see he plays like in the NBA? And who has that kind of game that plays in the NBA right now? Okay, I was going to come from this guy. I would have said he used to play like Paul Pierce because he kind of has all the package Paul Pierce has for a white guy.
Yes.
But for now, I think he's a more effective. This guy, what do you call it? The one at Sacramento. That used to play at Toronto. What's his name? This mid-range specialist. DeMar DeRozan.
Okay.
I think he plays like an advanced version of him, for his game. I think he plays like an advanced version of DeMar DeRozan with some shooting from the perimeter.
Okay. Fantastic. We've spoken about Konkonipo scoring boss. We've spoken about Shedrick Carroll. We've spoken about BJ Edcombs. We've spoken about Cooper Flag. Moody. Now comes a tough question. It's early in the NBA season, but who do you think, if consistent, is going to end up as the Rookie of the Year?
It's very easy. I give it to this guy. To be very honest, if consistent, I'll give it to like I said, it's going to be a two-way race between Konkonipo and BJ Edcomb. But I think BJ Edcomb takes it out if they continue like this. Because BJ Edcomb has a winning contribution to his team, and I think his team is going to finish higher than the Charlotte Hornets. So that might just be in his favor. So far, so if you ask me, BJ Edcomb, that's Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
Because so far, so good. So far, so good. The games played already. The 15 games played so far, so good. If you're going to tell me who's your rookie so far, I'll give it to BJ Edcomb.
Okay.
So if they continue consistent like this, I'll give it to him.
Okay, so let's say he stays healthy. Let's say he continues putting up the scores and the stats that he's putting up right now and plays like a team player. He's going to be the Rookie of the Year, as Moody has said. Well, Moody, I guess we've spoken about these guys. Thank you for your brilliant breakdown. Thank you for that. These rookies are the next generation of the NBA storylines. Konkonipo scoring boss, Coward's gritty rise, BJ Edcomb's history debut, and Cooper Flag's two-way promise. We'll keep tracking their progress back in the season. And I'm going to hold you to the facts that you said that BJ Edcombs is going to be the Rookie of the Year. Thank you so much, Moody.
Sure.
Well,
thank you, man.
We've come to the end of P&B Sports Show. For myself and our entire team here in our Abuja studio, we say bye-bye and see you tomorrow.